hit the link at the bottom of the screen to check out the entire show. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's get to it. Max has picked out 8 games on this Thursday, January 7th card, and we start at, is it 4 p.m. Eastern? I think I wrote 7 p.m. Eastern. It is 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. Okay, good. So I'm just making sure. As looking at FanDuel, we're going to be using FanDuel opening lines, and we start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers, 2-3 on the season, 1-0 in the NEC at St. Francis Brooklyn Terriers, 2-3, 2-2 in the NEC. We're at Pope Physical Education Center in Brooklyn, New York. Max, these first couple games on your card are very interesting. We have a lot of what a non-expert like myself would say is tricky spots that you are attacking, and I can't wait to hear how you attack. Mount St. Mary's are 2.5-point road favorites. This total is at 137.5, and again, we're using the legal licensed lines in America, so we'll be line shopping at FanDuel and Circa and Bet365. Mount St. Mary's opened their season on a high note. They won on the road over Morgan State. It was the first time they'd beaten Morgan State since 1984. Then losses to Navy, Maryland, VCU. Maryland and VCU, very tough opponents. Followed by a very easy win, 75-57 over St. Francis, Pennsylvania, who's also a game that Max is breaking down today. That was on December 8th. We have a few of these situations on today's card. What followed was back-to-back COVID shutdowns, one on December 10th, another one on December 21st. The team had been led by senior guard Jalen Gibbs, who was averaging 16.5 points per game. He has left the team due to personal reasons. I tried to get more information. I could not. Now, last year's leading scorer Damian Chong-Kui, who's averaging 12.6 points, 4.8 assists, has to step up in a very big way. They already have a short rotation. Hit just 43.2% of their field goals, get poor distribution, averaging just 10.6 assists per game, and now they lose their leading scorer. St. Francis has lost back-to-back games at Central Connecticut and at home to St. Peter's. This is their first game since the Christmas break. St. Francis's defense lets them down. They allow 85.2 points per game. They're led by guard and Brooklyn native senior Travis Atson, who averages 16.2 points, 9 rebounds a game. A lot of boards for a guard. Second leading scorer Rob Higgins is averaging 14.8 points per game, but he's hitting just 36.1% from the field and is just 4 for 27. 4 of 27 from 3 through 5 games this year. Max, your card starts in Brooklyn. Take it away. Mount St. Mary's, St. Francis.
Jim, when it comes to this game, you took the words right out of my mouth. Jalen Gibbs left the team. Now, obviously, with every collegiate program, you are always prepared for player departures, but absolutely not were you prepared for a situation like this. I think that you nailed it. Damian Chong-Kui has to come in, and he has to be the alpha scorer on this team, which means that he has to drive to the bucket as often as he can, and he has to get to the free throw line and make those free throws. Luckily, he does have Nanu Apoku and Malik Jefferson to help him on the pick and roll. I think that with this Mount St. Mary team, they have to really win with defensive transition. They have to get back, they have to stop easy breaks, and they have to stop St. Francis Brooklyn from getting to the bucket, because we've watched St. Francis Brooklyn. We bet on St. Francis Brooklyn. And what do we know about them? The Terriers like to run just like their animal logo. Okay, so when it comes down to it, I think that St. Francis Brooklyn is the team and the side to be on in this spot. Mount St. Mary's had trouble limiting fouling, and if you put St. Francis Brooklyn on the line, that means that they're driving to the bucket, they're finding lanes to penetrate, and that means that your defense isn't doing their job. Plain and simply, St. Francis is at their best when the game is high scoring, and being a home dog, playing a team that relied on Jalen Gibbs from the three-point line so much and now has to rely on the next man up, Josh Reeves. While I do think there will be a drop-off, I don't think that it'll be a completely drastic drop-off. This is a reasonably talented player for the conference and level of competition. With St. Francis Brooklyn, plain and simply, they need a better start, Jim. This is a team that's definitely done a good job of getting past 40 in the second half. So it is a team. They are a team and program that, first off, a live team total may be worth a shot, maybe a second half overplay. So there's a variety of different ways that you can attack St. Francis because they have been such a slow starter and have had to turn it on late if they want to win the game. In this situation, I don't think that they're going to need a big turnout in the second half. I think that this is a team that has to go up against a defensive team and has to win with offense. You said it, Jim. Travis Adson's been doing some work on the glass, and him and David Muencott need to step up and be able to stop this penetration from Mount St. Mary, and they have to also limit Malik Jefferson. With the St. Francis team, they need to get to the free throw line where they do have a slight advantage. Their 45% three-point defense has to come down, especially against this opponent, and win on the glass. If you're going to get second chance opportunities, you got guys that know that if you get an offensive opportunity like that, you go right back up, try and get fouled, throw it off the glass. I've watched enough of the St. Francis Brooklyn team to really have a good perspective of how they play in game. And I think that if they get their tempo, they're going to be able to win this game. I'm not going to take the 2.5, Jim. I'm going to actually ask you to line shop for a money line for me, please.
Makes perfect sense. Bet365 doesn't have this game available. Your breakdown makes absolutely perfect sense. It's already moved to 2 at Circa. I wonder if it'll be a pick 'em when we wake up this morning. Right now, you can get plus 122 at FanDuel.
Yeah, sign me up for that, please.
This is a bet that makes perfect sense to me, Max. And if it was available to me, I would bet it as soon as the show is over. Makes absolutely perfect sense here. Okay, so we start Max's card with St. Francis Brooklyn Terriers at plus 122. And if you look up the scoring leaders on Mount St. Mary's, they need guys who are in the low double-digit minutes, even at 20 minutes a game, who are scoring 3.6, 5.5 points per game to step up in Jalen Gibbs' absence. And I do not think that we're going to get this kind of number. I don't think Mount St. Mary's is going to be road favorites for a little while. So great look to get things started.